What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today. It is the 8th day of December. Here we are sitting at about $0.00516 with 9 hours and 30 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are. We actually had a pretty standard week last week compared to the average crypto. I think the average crypto last week closed down about 4%. We were 4.4% down last week, so pretty on par with the average crypto. This week we're starting things off on a down note. We're down 3.5% today, but yesterday we had a little bit of a pump, 11%, right? Really, we're just in the same area that we've been since the midway point of November last month there. We're just kind of consolidating, and I do assume that we're going to break out pretty soon. At the moment, we have this double bottom look, and I say look because it's not a valid double bottom probably until we get above this high, right? Till then, it is completely possible that we just break down as we did here with this double bottom, right? Double bottom here, and then you just kind of petered out. Here, same thing with this one, double bottom, and just kind of petered out. We could do the same thing here. And if we do go lower, it's important that we at least address that as a possibility here, and then also that we're prepared for that, right? I'm not selling any of my OnyxCoin. I don't trust. It's not that I don't trust this drop. It's that I don't trust that this drop would happen and then recover super fast. Like I don't trust that I'd be able to catch it below. Maybe I put my buy orders down here and it goes right there, and then before we know it, we're actually ripping through the roof and we're back above these prices. I don't think it's a good time to sell OnyxCoin, even if we do go lower. Really, we're in significant macro low areas, if not the macro low itself, and we're ready to move higher in a very short amount of time. From a time perspective, that's all it's going to take. It's just a little bit of time. We look at this on a daily time frame. Actually, I want to look at the 1 hour, and then we'll zoom out from here, because I'm sure we've got some stuff on the 1 hour. We're not moving sideways. We're not being boring. Little chop, fun. Looking at the 1 hour here, I'm not seeing any gaps below, which is nice. Typically on Coinbase, if there are any gaps, we do inevitably fill them. Good, no gaps. Okay, cool. The price action seems weird, but the volume was immense right there on the buying side, especially on the buying side. Not so much on the selling pressure here. We do have higher lows still. Let's look at this from a low to a high perspective, just real quick, relatively speaking. Okay, I don't know what happened there. We'll do it again. We'll take this low to this high right there. Just below the golden ratio. You've been doing that. It's kind of odd behavior. If I'm looking at this and I'm being honest, looking at the fibs, to me, this type of behavior makes me think that you do want to go lower. Let's look at the indicators and see what that says. Definitely odd behavior on the fibs. The RSI does have lower lows with higher lows in the price. It's hidden bullish divergence. That's a good thing. You're bouncing off the 40 area. That's a good thing, actually. Stochastics have reset entirely. They're coming up. That's a good thing. It looks good to me. Looks like you want to continue. And the MACD, speaking of resetting, has totally reset. You're back at the 0. You look ready to go. I mean, from here, the fibs might be weird, but all the other indicators are saying we're going to move higher. Like this little sideways motion here, we're going to move up from. Now, does that mean that we take out this high? No. It just means that we move higher. We're on the 1 hour time frame. Much past this, I don't know. I could see it happening. I could see us going above there, but I don't want to jinx it. Let's look at the 4 hour time frame. Let's see. We're definitely never going above this high again. It's time to sell everything. We're going to 0. There we go. There's the jinx, right? In case anybody didn't know, that was a joke. Don't take me seriously. I know the internet can be a hard place for sarcasm. Sarcasm does not thrive on the internet. Or maybe it does thrive. Maybe it's the only best had on the internet because people don't know. Anyways, 4 hour time frame here. The RSI, it's weird. It's bearish overall, but you're bullish right now. It's weird. No opinion. Bullish right now. That's my opinion, I suppose. Bouncing off the 50 is good. Rejecting the 60 is not good. Hopefully we can bounce off the 50 and get back into this overbought zone and especially see a stronger reading. I think a stronger reading would bode very, very well. If we give up this 50, we probably get back down to the oversold zone though, and that would probably take us to lower lows. Stochastics are ugly. They look bad. And the MACD is kind of crossing above the 0. That's nice. The last time it did this, we were expecting to consolidate for a little while and then break out to the upside, but somewhere around here, we actually called for a breakout to the downside, called for lower lows. We never got those lower lows. We should have had lower lows, but we didn't get lower lows. I don't know. I think we're in a weird kind of sideways choppy price action area where the indicators aren't going to help us as much. But at the same time, the indicators, in my opinion, would have suggested here that we would see a lower low. The fact that we didn't see a lower low and we got immense volume here at this double bottom makes me think that we won't go lower. I am calling for the low. I'm somewhat confident in it, and I think that we will move higher from here. And not just higher from here in the sense of a little bit higher. I mean higher as in like above these highs. But we'll see. Just because these indicators are weak enough, they're terrible enough where you could have easily pushed lower if you wanted to. I don't think you wanted to. If you don't want to go lower, you probably want to go higher. That's the call. But the stochastics are bearish. The MACD is bullish technically, and the RSI is bullish right here as well. So you do have more bullish than bearish right now, but nothing really conclusive here on the 4 hour. Daily time frame, double bullish divergence, right? Low here, low here. Lower low here, higher low here. Lower low here on a closing basis, higher low there on the RSI. Double bullish divergence, that should be good for a move that would take us up here. Technically, the move that we had went right up against it, but it didn't quite touch that. Technically, you would more expect to see something that goes through this level, not just up to it. So I do think we have a date with destiny to the upside. Once we get above this high, though, it's not just the bullish divergence that we're worried about fulfilling. I think it's this kind of double bottom that we're worried about fulfilling, which once we get above this high, I think would take us all the way up back above 1 cent. We get above this high here at about 0.00685. The next destination should be above 1 cent. That's my thoughts. So our bullish divergence would call for a move that probably takes us right around this high, if not above that high. And if we do that, that should allow us to grow above 1 cent. This move is going to happen any day now. I mean, it could happen by the end of today. It's 9 hours, 21 minutes. We've been saying this for a little while. Maybe first we have to go lower, and then we go higher, whatever. But soon enough, from a time perspective, we're certainly there. Daily RSI, bullish divergence, you've turned things around. You broke out of your downtrend. You're in an uptrend now, higher lows and higher highs. We have to find the next higher high. We probably do. I would assume because we're in this trend, just thinking, prospectively in the future, I'm thinking that we come up, we find resistance at the 60, probably come back down, find support at the 50, and then we make our way to the overbought zone. We'll probably see XCN, OnyxCoin, really come to life at the end of this month in the second half rather than the first half. So whenever I say it's any day now, I mean it could be tomorrow. It could be today. It could be sometime next week. But after looking at this RSI, just kind of considering this trend, maybe it's Christmas week. Maybe it's right before Christmas or right after Christmas, but somewhere in that latter third, that last third of the month, I think would be where we see this breakout come. So we might just be consolidating until then. Stochastics are ugly, bad. MACD, it's bearish overall, but what you're doing here is nice. It's definitely good. And then did we do this? Did I do this for XCN or did I do this for something else? Let me see. Hold on. I want to take just the MACD here. No, I did this for something else, not for XCN. Okay, never mind. Anyways, there's XCN USD there. Let's look at XCN BTC real quick and then we'll wrap up this video. Okay. Looking at it on a monthly, I don't know, do we look at it on a monthly too often? Not really. Nothing really to go off of here. I mean, you're at the 40, no bullish divergence on the stochastics, you're oversold. The MACD is technically bearish, I don't know. Weekly time frame here, we have bullish divergence on the MACD. Very severe bullish divergence on the MACD. If it will let me zoom in here. You've got some nice higher lows here with lower lows in the price. This is versus Bitcoin, not the US dollar, so bullish divergence there, bullish divergence on the stochastics, and bullish divergence on the weekly RSI. All these weekly indicators have bullish divergence. You're at prior areas of resistance here, which is also your golden ratio zone from your all-time low to your high here. The golden ratio retracement right there where we're finding support now, let alone prior areas of resistance as well. I can't imagine XCN loses too much value versus Bitcoin. Therefore, I can't imagine that if we go lower from here that we go too much lower on the US dollar. This breakout is going to be immense. And the minimum target that I would assume from here for the XCN BTC kind of recovery rally would be something on the lines of, I guess the minimum target would be something on the lines of like a 53% move, but probably we see something anywhere from about 87% to 130%. And if XCN versus Bitcoin is going to move up probably around 80, 85%, 87%, then XCN versus US dollar likely moves up 100% or more. If this moves up 132% versus Bitcoin, we likely see XCN move up 150% or more. That'd be my guess. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. Hit the like button, subscribe. Again, I don't think that this is where we stop. I don't think we're just going to move up here. That's the move, then we sell, and then it goes to zero. That's not what I'm saying. I just think this is the next area to consider, the next area of significance. We'll consolidate from there, and then we'll probably continue to break out and see higher prices versus Bitcoin, which also will lead to higher prices versus the US dollar as well. Ultimately, from here, the call is that we will take out this high, and we will see prices that are probably around our all-time high levels, around 20 cents. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Those prices should come in sometime in Q1 of 2026. That's my thoughts. Take care. Bye-bye.